when you attend a conference as a delegate, you are assigned a country within a committee, and that committee has 2 topics, and generally you debate one or both topics throughout the weekend, and ahead of time you prepare a position paper, and once you become an experienced delegate, you also have the opportunity to staff committees, so you can be the people running the committees and writing the background guide, which basically is what provides all the information for the position papers.
It usually ends with just like either 2 things, just complete global collapse where the pandemic just takes over and your committee fails, or such extreme measures of government shutdowns and of containment of the population that it ends in violent political and religious protests that also just shut down your government and disrupt your country. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Either you contain the virus or you contain the people.
On the International Bioethics Committee once, and we mostly talked about like genetic engineering and stuff, but we had a couple, we had a midnight crisis, and at the end of the committee, when we had finished talking about our 2 set topics, we had another like crisis as a pandemic, and both times our biggest issue was vaccinations and then also economic recessions. Like we had to deal with how we would fund like finding a vaccine and treating the people who were sick while also dealing with an economic recession.
I think another thing that's kind of being downplayed is like the economic effect of this, especially on agriculture. So like, for example, right now there's over 1 million pounds of potatoes just in Washington state alone that is not going to restaurants and is not going overseas. And that's a lot of potatoes, and that's a lot of farmers that are going bankrupt because of this. In addition, like we can't ship powdered milk overseas, and China was a huge partner in that. And so like dairy farmers right now are getting $11 per 100 pounds of milk, whereas 2 months ago they were getting $20. And in addition, then China's not getting that nutrient-packed product. And so, yeah.
I think the WHO has done everything in their jurisdiction as far as what they can do, which is, spread true information about the virus and give recommendations to countries for steps that they should take, even if they can't afford them. And finally, making like a global pool of money and resources to try to make one vaccine that can be spread globally, right? So the WHO has done pretty much everything in their power to combat the virus.
I think that the countries that are already unstable, that obviously don't have the resources that we have, I think that is going to be one of the biggest issues that we're not going to see really right now, but in 5 years, that's going to be what the majority of the world is dealing with. We're going to be needing to provide aid and really kind of measure what's going on in these countries, because the instability that's being created right now is going to be creating long-lasting problems in these countries that we've already been dealing with, sort of, but it's something that's just going to be heightened by the pandemic, and it's just going to get so much worse. And I don't think anyone right now is really ready to deal with that, because we're dealing with this, but once we stop dealing with this, it's going to be that. So I think that we're never really going to not be recovering from this, which is kind of sad to think about, but I think that this is going to be something that we're going to be dealing with for much longer than when a vaccine is available or when we have some sort of medical ability to deal with it and not have to be in lockdown. It's going to become even bigger of a problem on the global scale.